Hello guys, I'm back. I'm Flaky1997, still playing, working with Mekanism. And I've made a few changes, and here is one of my changes here. If I can show you, I'm just on another little pivot. Oh, just pivot round. See where I am. I'm still on my base and everything. And I've built a nice little tower here. And if we look down, getting all dizzy here. And it goes all the way down to the bottom there. And what's this for? Well, this is for what we're going to be doing next. Let's get away from here. So yeah, I've been a bit busy on the last one. Starting to get back to the usual thing. A lot of things have happened. That's the reason why I've not had any of my episodes go out for some time and things. I've started recording, getting back into the swing of it all again, and trying to remember where we are. So yeah, this is the next bit now. Last one was doing the old underneath there, and we've got our digital miner. Now, as you can see, I think last time all those white dots everywhere. Well, I figured out what that was last time I played, and I'll come and show you before we start going to the next bit. When we go into, it's going to reset, go into config, and we can set our radius and our maximum and minimum place. So this is where the miner is mining. Okay, so the minimum has got to be 0 and the maximum is the height. So the maximum height is I'm at height. If I press F3, come out of here, F3, my Y is plus 64. So that's set to a level below here, so it will mine whatever's below a square below, obviously, and then obviously once you go down to 0. But so you can change that to another value if you wanted to. So if you want to just do, if you knew like diamonds are in a certain level, you could just mine that certain level just for diamonds. But I want to get other ores rather than just diamonds, so it's set to all the way down to bedrock. Right, okay, next bit. Well, as well as me hole I've created all the way down up there and up there. See, we'll see what we're doing. I've made quite a few machines. Well, going to make a few machines and a few things. There's BB-8. I've also moved these machines along. Started putting some stuff across, and that'd be another hint because we're going to go into. It's called Tier 3. Let's have a look at me things. I've got a little bit of a printout just to help out what machines I need to make and things. This is from the Mekanism's own site, and it gives you a bit of a hint. I think somebody's created this to go in there. It's one of the images, but it's on Mekanism's wiki page. So you can view it, and everyone. There's this one, and there's one. I've got two of them. There are two different types, but it helps you. I printed them both off. See, so it just gives you a hint of what goes in where and how set it all up. So yes. So this is Tier 3, which is now 4 times your ores for your ingots from your ores. So obviously I've got been trying to run in a bit low. Mind you, copper's not doing too bad, but running a bit low with some of the other ones, like my osmium and things like that. I'm trying to hold back even with my gold. However, I've had to use some of my gold, so I'm trying to hold back with trying to get various more ingots until now I've got the 4 times. So hopefully we should try and get that one. So what changes have we done down here? Done a bit of a tidy up down here as well. So in here I built a crusher, see if I could get any. This is from Actual Editions, one of the other mods I've got on here at the minute. I'm trying to see if we get any more gold from a secondary when I crush copper even, get there in the end. So whenever I crush copper, in some of the mods you can get gold from it, but it doesn't do that in Actual Editions. You just get copper, which is a bit of a shame really. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of tidying up and things. So Yep, we're going to be putting stuff into here. So I thought I'll have a bit more of a... Might have to end up expanding this bit out a bit more, but we shall see. How it goes. Right, let's get back up. Let's see what we need to build. What do we need to go to the next tier? Right. Which one is it? Is it in here? Yeah, it's this one in here. Right. Okay. One of the first things we need to build, and it's called the salination plant. Now it has been different names. It has about 3 different names, I think, in total. It's been the evaporator plant, and it's been the what else has it been? I'm trying to think what else it's been, but it's now called the salination plant in this. Oh no, it was the salination plant. It is now. Oh, getting dark yet? It is now the thermal evaporation block. Oh, so it's a thermal evaporator. Actually, it goes dark. We start from scratch then. So have a look in here then. So we've got the thermal evaporator. So there's a few things we need to build with it. We need a controller. We need some thermal evaporator valves, and we need some thermal evaporator blocks. And when it gets dark, I can go to bed. Bye bye, sun. Bye. See you in the morning. Hello, moon. I'm sure those wind generators are getting louder. Right. Okay. It's daytime. Hello, sun. Alright. Okay. So, yes, so it's the thermal evaporation plant. Now I've created I've created a little spreadsheet. A bit sad really, but I've created something just to help me find out how many of the materials I need to build the actual salination plant. Now I've done it so you can work out how high you want to do it. So the minimum height I think it's a 4x4 base, and then your height is got to be greater than 3. You'll see why in a minute when we go through and make it. So the first thing I need to make to make this block, because the evaporator controller and the valve need thermal evaporator blocks. And to make the blocks, we need the steel and we need the copper. So we need plenty of iron, plenty of steel. There's quite a fair bit of steel there. Now I'm making, so it's a 4x4 base. I'm making mine 18 blocks high. The higher the blocks, the better. The minimum, say, is 3. So you got from between 3 and 18. You need to have a valve, at least one valve, and you definitely need to have the controller. So anyway, we'll go through and we'll show you how to create your thermal evaporator. So we're going to go look at the block, and the block is 1 copper ingot surrounded by 4 steel, and that gives us 4 thermal evaporator blocks. So if I go and click onto that should give us 58 blocks. So it's not, which gives us our full amount for the blocks. Let's just bring all of this in. We'll need them in a minute. I'll show you what we need to do with them, but we do need the advanced surge generators. Right, so let's build. Press the wrong button. Let's build the controller. So I'm missing the bucket. If I remember rightly, I've got a bucket from here. So let's do the controller. So it should have everything. So 1 controller. Now I'm going to make. I did put in to have 4 valves. So you can get as many as you want. Doesn't need to be anything more than that. In fact, I've produced a little bit more than what's required, which is good. Oh no, I think I know what they are for. Possibly, I may have Why did I put them into there? Just trying to think. Well, I've got 10 iron, 5 of them and 15 of them. It's a bit strange. I've got my controller, got my valves, and I've got the blocks. Don't need any more, really. Keep them on me, just in case. Right, let's go down here. Okay. So, trying to think where this one is now. I think is that one there. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Right, so your base has got to be 4 of the thermal evaporator blocks. Now the next level, and every level after this, is only putting blocks on these outer walls. You don't need to plug anything in the centre, only until we get to the top, and we'll see. So your first, but this next level has got to house anywhere in any of these blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, or any of these 12 blocks here. Yep, has to have at least one valve. Yep. But I'm going to put, so I've got 4, I'm going to put a valve on each of the corners. Like I say, it can be anywhere you want it to be. It doesn't have to be exactly, yeah, you could make 1 of them or 2 of them, whatever, but I put them on the corners because then you've got 2 ports. So you've now got 4 valves for this, 8 valves for the sake of 4. Clever, eh? Right, so we then fill these ones up here. And then we should just continue to build this. Now this episode may run into a next one, so I may not complete all of it today, but we'll see how far we can go with it all. So going all the way to the top, he says. I've worked it out. 18 blocks should just be 1 above. Now, I've done this 18 blocks because one of the other things as well is the dug down. 1, it saves a lot more space, and 2 is the top of it needs to see daylight. It needs to be in the open, so you can't put it all of it underground. It's got to be, some of it has got to be visible to daylight. 3, 4. Alright, so 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top level isn't quite going to be. Oh no! Oh, safe. Right. Right. Okay. Top level. This one's got to be one of the controllers. Doesn't matter which one it is. Again, but it cannot be the corner ones. The top level you can't fill out the corners. And then I have a feeling I might have to make 4 more. It's incomplete. I think I have to fill this top level in here, which is not a worry. So I can just need 4 of our, just need 4 steel and 1 copper. It should give us the 4 blocks we require. Okay, nice little copper. So 1, 2, 3, 4. one of them. I think these go in there. Doesn't matter if we don't, we've got spare 4 ones. And we'll eventually make a second one of these anyway. Have it next door to it. It might be because it's incomplete because I haven't put the other bits in. Right, okay, so I didn't put the 4 corners in. Let's have a look first. So, in these 4 corners, has to be these. Yours. It's part of the... There we go, guys. Yep, I was right, it just needed them. So you see the red, all the red sparks, yay! And obviously there's power to it now. So these are now providing power to it. Now you can tap off power from the solar generators to have them as other power, which I'm going to do. I'm going to bring 2 down one side and 2 down the other. That's the reason why I've put them in a position as they are. So here we go, so our temperature is increasing. Obviously the higher the temperature, the better it is. And what do we need this for? Well, this actually, if we pump water into this, this will make something called brine. It's one of the things we need to make, or to help with the process of making our 4 times processing. Yeah, so I don't need them. Go through. So it's now formed. It's the height. Its maximum height is 18. Like anything with Mekanism, the maximum height you can go to is 18. And I've made mine 18, which is what I want to do. So that's now perfect. What I want to do. Right, so that's nicely heating up the temperature. Now, in the original Mekanism, you had to, it was better off putting it into a, I might as well go to bed while I'm here. You were better off putting it into a desert biome. It produced so the biome did make a difference of your temperature of your plant. What they've done now is they've changed that. It's still better, obviously, with temperature. However, you don't need to put it into a desert environment. There are other things that you can use now to change that. If I go to one of the things you can build, and I do intend to build a couple of these. I don't know if I've got the recipe here for those 2 bits, but I will endeavour to build them. I've got to try and find them. It's not generators or anything like that. It's a heater basically. I've got to try and find it now. Combiner, that's my miner, crusher. Where's the heater? Heater. Chemical infuser, chambers, right, okay. Chemical wash. Resistive heater. There's other heaters? I can't remember if there's any other heaters. Resistive heater's one of them. Let's have a quick look. I know I should have got this one sorted out. I did think about it before I basic chamber, purifier. Nope, that is the one we need. Ah, here we go. It's 2 heater. Yeah, there's a fuel wood heater, and there is a resistive heater. Right, fuel wood heater, obviously. So a machine that's capable of producing large quantities of heat energy by burning consumable combustions. So you put coal in or wood in or anything that burns and it produces the heat. The resistive one is It's core resistive capability of converting electrical energy into heat energy. So there's 2 of them I want to make. Whew. So I need a bit of tin. Superheated element. How do I make that then? Steel casing, bit of copper. Have I got enough to make 2 of these? I think I have. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make these 2 heaters. I might have to build something else as well. So this resistive heater. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So the first thing is put that into there. Took out one of them, didn't I? Took out enough glass for one. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that in there. There. Can't remember why I've got. I may have just produced these ones, which is fine. I think I've used these to create other items which I already had. So we can always put these ones back. In fact, can't we? So we can do that. Not required for the salination plant, but I do need them for the minute. So I need that with that in there, that round there, and these are the superheated elements. Right, let's put them in there for now. Now there is some more piping I've got to produce. There is a thermodynamic, so it's basic thermodynamic conductors, which is what we need to build as well. I'll build them in a minute once I build my heaters. I need to get 6 gold. So I need a bit more gold than what I've got there. So here's a few more of them. Let's get 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is handy having this compressed stuff. It's brilliant. They all produce 8, which is a winner. So that's all them. Made a lot easier. Right, I might build one of them so I can power my pumps up as well. In fact, I might do. Yeah, all my generators are going to go into there. So take that with me. Take universal cable. I might need some more anyway. Some more steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take 16 of them, so that's 2 of them. Oops, that. No. Double the amount in it. 4 of them. What's that going through there? Right. Let's take those. Get it in to get some tin, don't I? Right. 8 tin. Let's try and make this now. So we need that. That's 2 of them. That's. What's missing from the other one then is. Let's have a look. Nothing. Right. There's the 2 heaters. Need some more cable, which will be a bit of redstone. 1, 2. What do we need to make this conductive is copper. So if I make 1, 2, 3, in fact 2, I need 2 of them. So, right. Got that. Just need to make some to there for now. Let's get some food. Okay. while I'm waiting for that, then we'll build some of the other machines that we require to build our we'll just build all the machines, and then we'll go, and then I think I'll call that the episode, I think, because we're getting close to quite our time now at the minute, and I'll make this a double episode, so episode 13 will be the continuation of this. We'll come make this, yeah, episode 13. Right, anyway, right guys, okay, what else do we need to make? Well, we need to make a chemical injection chamber. Chemical injection chamber. Now, there we go, chemical injection chamber. To make that, we have to use a lot of reinforced alloys. Yep, we'll show you how to make that in a minute. So there's a lot of things to be made, and I also then need to make a purification chamber, which then need to make a enrichment chamber. I've already made the purification chamber because I've already got one here, and an enrichment chamber. So I have the purification chamber here. What's the other things I need? Chemical injection chamber, so I need 2 bits of gold. 1, 2. See, I'm getting a bit low on my old ores here. In fact, let's just get... oh, we don't... let's just smelt reuse that one. Get that done. Right. Okay. So I've got my purification chamber. What else do we need? Chemical injection chamber. We then need to make our reinforced alloys, and we need to the elite control circuits. Now to make, we'll go to the reinforced alloys because we'll need the reinforced alloys to make other bits. Reinforced alloys. It's been used by our enriched alloy and putting a diamond with it into the metallurgic infuser. So I've got a diamond, I've got 8 of them. Yep, so if we put that into there, that one into there, we should now get our metallurgic infusers. Right, okay. This we know how to make our advanced circuits with our basic control circuits and our enriched circuits because we've made them before. And lo and behold, if we put our, forget the right one, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll make me cables while I'm waiting. So these are the 4 for the 8. I'll take that 16, that'll do for now. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should do for now for more electrical cables. So that's electrical cables, right? Okay. Reinforced alloy. So for that one, I need those to go there. That should take those 2, which then gives me my 4, which then allows me now to produce this. So that goes in the middle. Go on the other side. There at the top. They go round, and there is my chemical injection chamber. Right, if I take these items here, I now put my chemical injection chamber in the middle and put this around it, I can make it into a factory, which is what I want to do. And that is going to sit there. So it now adds into my factory. So that is now going to set up my purification chamber so that each red is input. And then set this one up so blue is output on that side, and then the inputs that side. Now this is going to be fed from downstairs as well when we get there, and this is going to be fed in. So what goes into there is crystals. The ores will go in this one, and this one will produce shards, and the shards will then go from here into there. But what feeds into this chemical wise is it needs hydrogen chloride. So that's the next thing we need to make, is hydrogen chloride. And that's what the other machines will make. So that's our process now. So we put the oils in that one and it should go through, and we should get at the end 4 times the amount. So we need to make hydrogen chloride. How do we make that? Well, we've got the salination plant, or the thermal evaporator plant now, and that should produce our brine. It won't be at the moment because obviously I've not got water going into it and I haven't got any heat going into it. So I need to make another electrolytic separator. We need that. And the next thing we need to make is what we call a chemical infuser. So let's take that out for a minute and sort out so chemical infuser. So if we take these items here, we can find a chemical infuser. Chemical infuser. So it's quite a simple process to build. Chemical infuser. Yep, so we need 2 gas tanks, 1 a dynamic fuel tank which we've used before, and then our basic control circuits and enriched alloys. So that gives us our chemical infuser. Okay. And it's night time. Oh, he's attacking me. Alright, okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is all our machines. Take a bit of a while. There we are, getting close to. I don't want to make it too much of a long process, but that's our machines. Oh, there we go. I would go out there, but there's another There he is. There's 2 of them. Have them both done. Is there a creeper still out there, is he? He is. Let's go over here quickly. Not seen me yet, which is good. Well, not seeing me. Even better. Let's put these away then. And there. No. On me. Kept on me, so I've got another added thing in there. Right, there we go. Right. Okie dokie. Let's go into here then. Oh, I can't go through here. Right. Down the stairs. So. What we'll do is I want to get some pipe work and everything, so I was just going to put some machines down. So the heaters, I can put them, I'm going to put where am I going to put them? Put them both on there. Where's the output? Where's the output? Where's the output of it? There is an output. Rotate. So is it one there, one there. So I'm assuming, he says, yeah, we'll see. I'll have to bring power down and then plug it in. If I bring power across there, might even do it so we've got power feeding everywhere from these up here, so I'll put them there for minutes. I'm going to have water fed from these pumps, hence the reason why I built more pumps. Feeding into here, and then the output of here can feed into. First thing it's going to feed into is the electrolytic separator. That's the first thing it's going to feed into. Boink. Might have to move that a bit forwards. Can feed in the front. Trying to think which side the output is, and then that will then go into the chemical infuser. Might move them around a bit, move them further over here. Might even move them about. Have a little bit of a jiggle around. Right, guys. I don't want to be too long, but these are the items I'm going to do. Might move them a little bit around, a bit tinkering before I come on to the next episode, and then we'll show you of how we connect this all up and everything. In fact, I'm sure we can do that now. We've got, how long we've been on? No, we'll do it next episode. Alright guys, so these are the things we need to build for our next bit of machines, and then what we'll do, I'll go through, connect it all up and everything, otherwise it's going to be a very long episode. Alright guys, so what I will do, I will say cheerio for now. Guys, I'll say cheerio, and I will see you in the next episode. For me, it won't be long. For you guys, it will be. Bye bye for now. See you next time.